Okay, guys, there is some weird shit going on. Last night I was very late to go to bed, but as I was beginning to drift off to sleep, I check my phone and I see that John Swan. You guys know John Swan, of course you do. He's the guy who's making a lot of documentaries on Chris Hansen. He's on the show a lot. John Swan was banned off of Twitter. As you can see right here, his account is no longer available. Now, the email he got, it was very standard, Twitter ban email or whatever. But if you take a notice at the very large blue text, it says he was banned for platform manipulation and spam. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know what the hell that means. And that's not really what people mostly get banned for. They get banned for harassment or ban evasion if they were banned before and they made a new account. Normal things like that. What the hell is platform manipulation and spam? Spam? Like, he wasn't spamming. Like, what? John's account, his main account, wasn't the only one that got banned. His second and third accounts got banned as well, all of which were tied to the John Swan name. I believe the accounts were Swan John and John Swan Media, which were two other accounts that he had that I wasn't aware of, but he had 3 accounts that were tied to the John Swan name, and they all got banned. Now, normally, I would think, like, okay, well, people get banned off Twitter all the time for bullshit reasons. I'm sure, John Swan's got contacts or whatever. I'm sure he'll be able to get this fixed up. And I'm still positive that he'll be able to get his account back. But then other weird shit started happening. John Swan, of course, he got banned. A-Star, who's a member of the PNN team, got banned at the same exact time as John Swan, which is really strange. Josh Pescator got banned. And Tipster got banned. Now, Tipster is the most explainable because technically he was ban evading. But the other accounts, it's strange to me. It starts sparking some interesting thought to me because I was like, wait a minute now. John Swan, A-Star, and Pescator were all going after Anonymous Gene, who, for those of you guys that don't know, is the psychopath hacker doxer that used to work for Chris Hansen, who might still work for Chris Hansen as far as we know. You never know. They've really been going hard on that guy, who is a psychopath, by the way. And he's been really bragging about how much he wants to get John Swan banned from Twitter, and how he wants to dox John Swan. Wait a minute now. This is not looking good. And then also, you think, John Swan just released his first documentary on Chris Hansen, which got 1 million views. He just released his second part, which is doing good in views. John's making a lot of videos on Chris Hansen, really doing a lot of damage, rightfully so, mind you, but he's doing a lot of damage to Chris Hansen's reputation. What's going on here? And then I started gathering, and taking a look at all the circumstantial evidence, and it was not painting a very good picture at all. It's not just like a little hunch that I had. I started taking a look at all the files, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute now. This is looking really, really bad. At worst, I'm pretty damn positive it's Anonymous Gene who got these accounts taken away. But at best, there might have been some involvement from Chris as well. I'm not reporting this fact, I'm just saying there might have. And I'll show you why I say that right now. Because this is looking really, really weird. And if that type of situation is going on, we got another Susie Liu moment happening where Chris Hansen might be, working to deplatform his critics, which is just unacceptable behavior. So, just a little bit of a catch-up review on Anonymous Gene, and I'll go through this information fast because we've been through this before. But Gene wrote a Google Doc teaching you how to abuse the YouTube copyright system. Gene has also attempted to flag John Swan's original video on Chris Hansen. Gene has threatened to run John Swan off of Twitter and dox him. Gene has done attempted doxes, where he's found locations that he thought John Swan might live at and sent it to John in DMs and been like, hey, I know where you live. Now, fortunately, he got the information wrong, but what's going to happen, when he gets it right, if he gets it right? Gene also has doxed Onision's family, sisters, father, people that were entirely not involved in the situation. Gene has also doxed Josh Pescator's family. His whole family. So, that should kind of begin to paint the picture for you guys about Gene, at least. This guy is a bad guy. And he used to work with Hansen earlier this year. And Hansen would often refer people back to Gene, like if you have information, send it to Gene. And when Gene started going psychopathic, suddenly Chris Hansen was like, oh, I don't work with Gene anymore. Gene's his own man. Gene is his own person. And we're going to see that in just a second from some leaked Hansen DMs that I was just given. But before we get into that, take a look at this right here. So on the night that John Swan gets banned from Twitter, this e-girl sent, I'm sorry, but it's true. This e-girl sends me some DMs she had with Gene, where she pretends to like Gene in these DMs to goad him on, and he's talking about how he thinks John Swan's Twitter followers are bots, and how anyone who has a verified phone number on their Twitter account, they'll get to survive, but if you don't, then he'll get you banned, which is already very weird. And I would read you these DMs. I mean, I'll link the tweet at least, but a lot of these DMs are in really broken ass English, but, you know, they're all sitting there. But it gets even worse because, you know, Gene leaks the screenshot of Hansen talking to Twitter commissions, Brandon at Twitter, who, by the way, if I can load up my alt Twitter account, Hansen does in fact follow. Very strange. Now, what does he say in these DMs that's, you know, got me curious? He says, would like to bring a very serious case of harassment on Twitter to your attention. Let me know when you have a moment, and we will send you details here, or wherever you'd prefer. Thanks, Chris. And then the guy sends his Twitter email, and says, I think someone at my team can assist you. He says, totally understand, Brandon, and thank you. So we have, like, leaked DMs from Hansen's former, as far as we know, right-hand man, where he's saying that Chris had contacted, you know, people at Twitter to take out accounts that were harassing him. But it gets even worse because, let's take a look at this official Twitter trust and safety guy, Del Harvey. That's he's accused of corruption, which I'm sure is true. This article was written back in June 25th, but then you take a look at, you know, this article right here. How the Weirdos Behind To Catch a Predator blew $1.2 million, written all the way back in 2011. 2011. And if you do a word search at the top for Del Harvey, the last 5 sentences say, Perverted Justice Foundation Corporation set up a website and started paying Von Erich, Treasurer Dennis Kerr, and Secretary Allison Shea $120,000 in annual salaries. Shea and Kerr were active volunteers for Perverted Justice prior to the NBC deal. Shea, who also goes by the name of Del Harvey, is now Twitter's director of trust and safety. Are you connecting the dots over here? Perverted Justice was where Hansen, that was the team that he worked with, on his To Catch a Predator show. So he has a contact with the Twitter Director of Trust and Safety. Again, does this confirm anything? No. But it looks really, 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 really weird. And then, there's these leaked DMs I just received from Chris Hansen, where he says criticism is not the issue. What the goons did was dishonest. The goons referring to me, Creepshow Art, Mr. Repsion, Nicholas Diorio, Josh Pescator, John Swan, and I'm sure a few others, but those are the main ones. What the goons did was dishonest, deceptive, and disingenuous, and they used questionable, if not illegal means to do it, all to get clicks and money. I'd like a citation on that, Chris Hansen. I have taken criticism for 40 years, some legit, some not. Daniel, who is Mr. Repsion, was complicit in this and should know better. And now he threatens me? These guys using words like body count threatening me? What next? Threaten my family like Vincent and his criminal friends did? I have no influence over Gene. Whoever that really is, he does what he does. And then the person writes back, okay, that's all I needed to hear. This was written at 1 p.m., unaware of the time zone, but 1 p.m. of today, July 31st. So let me tie this all back to you, right? Chris Hansen is working with an absolute psychopath. Well, he used to work with a psychopath. He may or may not still be working with that person. This psychopath doxes people, threatens to dox people, actually doxes people. I said that twice, but it bears repeating. He hacks people. or at least claims that he does it. He's an all-around psychopath. He's obsessed with getting anyone critical of Hansen banned on Twitter. He's leaking screenshots of Hansen talking to Twitter commissions, somebody that Hansen does follow. Hansen has direct contact to somebody who works in Twitter's trust and safety. And in these DMs, Hansen is entirely unconcerned with what Gene does. And he is very, very clearly pissed off at us. What is this? What picture does this paint for us? This is crazy. Is Hansen responsible? I don't know. But what I'm seeing looks very, very odd. And I think that this is owed an immediate response by Hansen, because this is serious shit. If he's going around silencing accounts critical of him, that is terrible. And if former associates of him are doxing families of people critical of Hansen, then things need to be done. What illegal things are we doing, Hansen? Can I get a citation for that? What law are we breaking by criticizing you? I am not aware of anything going on. I'd like to know. Please inform me. You call us disingenuous, you call us dishonest. You are one to talk. What the hell is the matter with you, dude? If somebody that I worked with was acting like this much of a psycho, I would feel an obligation to stop that immediately. Do you just not care? Is that what this is all about? You don't think you're responsible, so you don't care. Is that what's going on? Dude, what the hell is this? This is crazy. I don't know, man. Something about this is really rubbing me the wrong way. I would like some clarification on all of this immediately. You guys hear the music? I'm gonna get out of here. My name's UFC. I will catch you guys later, everyone. Peace out.